buffering.
Whenever you see we're live, we will
Okay.
go for it.
What's going on? Is it frozen for you too?
Let me check. I do not know. Let me see.
It's frozen for Jenna.
Oh no. Oh no. Let me see.
Oh, it stopped.
It says we're live. But let's see. So it's frozen for you?
Jenna, is it still frozen for you? Oh, no. Oh. Jenna says that I'm currently a red box.
Oh, well, good for you.
So, refreshing. Okay. That looks good. Okay. Want me to count me in?
Yeah, I'll count you in. I would have to go back and freaking edit this thing since it was like so glitchy for you at your end. But yeah. Let me just make sure mine is open. How are you opening yours right now? How are you seeing our chat and everything?
I'm just on it through the Take Two podcast thing, but for some reason it's not letting me
Yeah.
actually chat, which is really annoying.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, let me see. Do you see my text on there?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. I did it.
How are you able to do it?
Okay, so you're logged into our account, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you just want to go to, I believe, go to YouTube Studio
Okay.
and then click Content,
Content.
then click Live,
Live.
and then click on our video, and then click the video link on the right. That will take you to our live thing, and then the chat is on the right, and you can talk there.
Yeah, for some reason it's not letting me also chat, but that's fine. Well,
Oh,
we're
that's
good to
weird.
go. I can still monitor.
Okay, sounds good. I'm not too worried.
Yeah. All right, count me in.
All right, we're gonna have to like go back and like freaking edit this thing now with all this glitching, but it's all good. Okay. All right. Here's your countdown. 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to episode 23 of the Take Two podcast, After Dark, where today we are reviewing Thursday Murder Club. Let's go. My lot.
All right, here we go, Kenny. It is late. We both have our drinks on us. We're ready to discuss a cozy mystery movie that came out on Netflix. And one of our most valuable viewers recommended this movie to us before she'd seen it. The movie is called The Thursday Murder Club, okay? And it stars Pierce Brosnan and Helen Mirren and a few other faces you kind of recognize here and there.
You got Ben Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley,
you got
that's right.
You got the guy who played Keira Knightley's dad in Pirates of the Caribbean. You have he played Hamlet. What's that? I always forget that guy's name. He was like a big deal way back, like a few years ago. The main baddie.
Oh, that guy. Oh, I don't know. Was that the same guy that was the detective in Broadchurch?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that guy's a good actor, but yeah, I can't wait to talk about this movie. Kenny, had some really, really, really strong feelings about the Thursday Murder Club. So maybe I should just jump into it right off the bat.
Hit me with it. We're after dark. We've gone rogue.
Listen,
we're
any
drinking.
Followers, any subs tonight for anyone who happens to be like, oh, let's watch a live stream of the Thursday Murder Review movie club, whatever. And if anyone follows or subs tonight, we have our drinks with us and we will toast to you and take a drink. Okay. I'm drinking some dark rum and Kenny's drinking, what is it? A spritzer?
I'm drinking a hard cider.
Hard cider. There you go.
Though this movie does kind of call for an Aperol spritz when you really think about it. It's very... All these people are just, living their best retired lives.
This movie calls for a full bottle of rum. And I'm going to tell you why, okay? Let me just jump in real quick. This movie is just establishing for me more and more what I've known for half a decade now, and that's that Netflix original movies are awful. And this one is no different. It is cheesy. It is obnoxiously over the top and colorful, but in like a nonsensical way. I'm 99% sure the script was written by AI. It's as if some soulless robot was trying to spit onto the screen what it imagined something charming should look like, what it imagined a mystery should look like. And in every scene, we're seeing it, but it's not coming out the right way. Typical Netflix, they had enough in the budget for an AI writer and a few has-been A-listers. Now they're all super old. And
okay, has-been.
Let me keep going, okay? I get it. Pierce Brosnan is trying to make a comeback right now, but this movie may have killed his career. Writing, acting, editing, sound, plot, directing, pretty much all-time lows for me. That's really saying something considering we just watched Happy Gilmore 2, also a Netflix original. Like, I didn't think...
Blocked that entirely from my memory.
I didn't think I could watch a worse movie than Happy Gilmore 2 in a long time. And, okay, that's a tough comparison. Like, I would put it maybe one notch above Happy Gilmore 2. What did I give Happy Gilmore 2?
This movie has a plot that moves linearly. Which automatically should give it probably like 1.5 points more than Happy Gilmore.
Okay, it's above Happy Gilmore. I think I gave Happy Gilmore a 1.5 out of 10. We'll get to my rating on this one. I'll say it's above that, but that is not saying a whole lot. It took me and Lauren 3 sit downs to try and finish this movie because it was so boring and just so bad. We were constantly laughing and pausing the film and rewinding to just like mock how poorly scenes were being done, how bad writing was being done, how bad acting was being done. And we were like pausing scenes, mocking it, laughing at it. And deep down, the whole time I was just hoping, like, oh man, I hope this movie gets me. Like, we are just throwing this thing through the wood chipper, me and Lauren are. And I'm like, I really hope like it hits me with a twist. I hope like I'm missing something here. I hope like I'm overlooking a lot. Nope. The flattest, most boring, like easiest to follow mystery with no suspense, no anything I've ever seen. I've been angry for multiple strings of days now having finished this film. And so I'm really upset. And before I turn it over to you, I have to lead in. After Happy Gilmore 2 and now having watched the Thursday Murder Club, I have to say both these films are certified fresh and got fresh ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. We are either the dumbest society on earth and we are growing to be the most stupid people I've ever even imagined we could be, or my conspiracy, which I am sticking by, is that Netflix is paying for positive reviews from people who are certified Netflix reviewers and to boost these movies, right? We are talking, Kenny, I know you blocked it from your mind. Happy Gilmore 2 had a fresh rating. That's enough right there. It had a fresh rating and was higher rated than the original Happy Gilmore. And it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. This movie is far and away the worst mystery film I've ever seen. Whodunit film ever. And it's certified fresh. Like, I'm sorry, I went and saw Weapons in theaters. Like, Weapons, like, that is a quality film that deserves like a certified fresh or high reviews, and it shouldn't be in the same like realm as this movie. I'm just like, we will go into details, but I'm just very, very, very bothered by this entire film. So there's my, I know it's tough. I know you're married to our biggest fan who suggested this film, and I don't even know if she liked it. Yeah, hearts for Jenna. So like, I hate to stomp on any of what could be Jenna's dreams here, but that's it. That's my 2 cents to start out here.
Yeah, shout out to Jenna in the chat. She's saying that she's afraid of your feelings, Sam, which, man, you must be in a really dark place. And then Sam, you do have to take a drink for 2 things, actually. What? The first thing you have to take a drink for is that this movie is not an original movie. This movie is based off of a book.
No, but it's an original Netflix movie, is what I'm saying. I know it's based on a book, but like it's a Netflix original film.
Well, okay, take a drink anyway.
Okay, I'll take a drink.
The second thing that you need to take a little sip for is that, yes, both of these movies, Happy Gilmore 2 and Thursday Murder Club, are certified fresh. But Happy Gilmore 2 is at like 63%. The original Happy Gilmore is actually now at 65%.
Wow,
on Rotten Tomatoes. So I think there's been like a resurgence on the Happy Gilmore front where people have like come back 20 years later to review it just to make sure that they set the record straight that movie is in fact far better than the sequel.
Far better by 4%. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take a drink for that. That makes me happy.
Yeah. So, we still are in the dumbest timeline. That hasn't really changed. But you also said that these people are has-beens. And I'm like, well, I've watched every single James Bond movie.
Wow, I didn't know
in
that.
existence.
Really?
One of my father's favorite series. We used to have like these 3 box sets of all of them from Pierce Brosnan to Sean Connery and Daniel Craig. I'm blanking on the one dude who was only in one of the movies, but I've seen all of them.
Wow.
And Pierce Brosnan has just never really landed with me. Like, didn't really land for me as James Bond.
Can't understand half the stuff he says. Like,
didn't really
with your mouth open, bro.
Didn't land with me in Mamma Mia. But we're talking Ben Kingsley. We're talking Helen Mirren. We're talking like what's his face from that one.
Okay, first off, you can't say what's his face and say he's a great actor. Also, like Ben Kingsley, like only you and me know the name of Ben Kingsley. Okay, I could show that dude's face to 100 people on the street, and they'd be like, "I think I've seen that guy somewhere." They wouldn't know his name. He's not an A-lister. He is to us because we're in film and he's a great actor. But like, man, were his acting talents just completely wasted in this movie. Like he played just a corny, like closeted dweeb in this movie, and like very beneath him he's an awesome actor. So
yeah. So my understanding of this book, and Jenna in the chat, correct us if I'm wrong, but this book was intended to be a beach read, so it's intended to be lighter. It's kind of intended to go through intended to kind of go through kind of your standard tropes. And I actually was having a good time for a good portion of the movie. I definitely liked this movie more than you did. I haven't given it a rating.
That's the only possibility is for you to like it more than I did, because I despised it. Anything you could dislike it and you would like it more than I did.
Yeah. I thought it was fine. Like, I don't think that I would rewatch it. I also don't think Jenna would rewatch it. The thing that really kind of did the movie in for both of us was the ending. Just like all the things that were then rushed at the end, which I've seen this now in several of these, like whether it's a mini series or any sort of, whenever they're doing a murder mystery. I would even say that I felt this way about Murder on the Orient Express, the new one, where it just wraps up far too quickly and there's so many holes, and it's like, no, a murder mystery, the third act is what you need to take the most time on, in my opinion. That's, you want that scene in the drawing room where the detective comes up and explains why everyone is either guilty or like to solve the case. And the movie just kind of ends, and the thing that really disappointed me about it is probably something that's more source material, where both of the people who ended up being the murderers in the movie were both like the good guy, like we're both good guys, and you didn't get that satisfaction of like, oh, the bad guys were caught. It's like, okay, this one dude like killed so and so to protect his wife,
can we talk about this for a second? Okay, we talk about the murders? First off, I'll comment on the ending because me and Lauren had our jaws dropped for the last 5 minutes. It was like the weirdest ending I've ever seen in a movie, where it like wraps up the murders, but it's like really anticlimactic, and then it just like really draws out like this long, like sentimental montage across like the old people's home and kind of what they're doing. Well, like, and it's just like really weird. And like we were kind of looking at each other like, where, like you said, where's that big twist coming? Where's that third act? Like that couldn't have been it, right? Because like I didn't feel anything. Like
they definitely fumbled it at the end, because something, and I don't know if you caught this, but the implication is, and it's something that Jenna was telling me is far more laid out in the book, is that the vet and his wife is the one who's in a coma the whole movie, was the detective. Jenna says that when the Thursday Murder Club leaves the room, he still has some of that like horse tranquilizer or whatever it is.
They're gonna commit like a dual suicide, basically, right?
Yeah, it's a murder suicide.
Right.
Which they like hop, skip, and jump over to where I was like, wait, are they both dead, or are they having, like, I thought they were literally having a funeral for some dude who was just in prison because his wife had passed away. I was so confused.
No, we also paused it for many reasons in that scene. Like the implication was clear enough to us that it was going to be a murder suicide, but it was also like there were so many problems with that we were like spiraling. We were like, okay, first off, this guy is a murderer who was protecting his wife, who was also a murderer, technically, and they both murdered for good reasons, sort of.
Yeah, whatever. They were both vigilantes, I guess, for lack of a better word.
So, a few things about that. First off, like, first off, this woman's in a coma, so what if she wakes up? Like, this is not necessarily her decision. So the Thursday Murder Club is essentially like co-signing off on this person murdering his wife. Like, like we were like, and they try and like pass it off as really sentimental and like thoughtful, and we're like, this is like pretty disgusting. Like, what is happening here? Like, and they're just like totally chill with it. So like, I feel like,
and the fact that Helen Mirren also kind of suggests it.
Yeah, totally.
It's
like she like
crazy.
Looks at George, she's like, oh yeah, I see what you're saying. I got you. No, it's okay. That's the first problem with it, is like just confusion. And this is how we felt throughout the entire film. There were these moments like this where we're just like, wait, what are they implying, or what's going on here? Like, they can't possibly be doing this, and it just keeps going forward like that. So yeah, so that's problem number one. Problem number two, which is really weird, is that he's like, oh, I understand you have to go to the police with this and like out us as murderers after we died. She's like, yep, I do.
But she doesn't.
Yeah, but she doesn't. And she also like doesn't need to, right? Like if they
Right.
like if she felt, which it seems as if she believed this, that they had done the right thing and were justified at all in their vigilante murders, like why would she go to the police? Why would she tell them before they died that they were going to go to the police? Like, and
Right.
I'll just say this, like, Agatha Christie, for instance, like her most famous character obviously is Hercule Poirot, and like something he does really well and that she does well with that character in a lot of his stories is sometimes he will find a character who perhaps is guilty, but he believes like did the right thing. And like he will maybe look the other way for that character. So like in this situation, for instance, like she like one, it doesn't show her going to the police, even though she says she's going to.
Yeah.
So in that case, like why suggest and lean into this suicide murder? Why not be like, hey, your secret's safe with me. We know you did the right thing. You're clearly a good guy. You're trying to help your wife. Like I understand. And like, but instead, she's like, nah, you should just kill yourself. Like,
yeah, it is implied that she does go to the police because when Ben Kingsley is giving the eulogy, he kind of talks about like how messily it ended, basically, and so it is implied that she does go to the police. But she doesn't. But she really doesn't need to. And I was even thinking about like again to your point with Hercule Poirot, like. He won't even necessarily like as the reader because he's like you're going through his thought process, but he never like confronts the person. Like you totally could have had a scene with the Thursday Murder Club, and again, this is probably a nitpick of the book and not of the movie, but you could have had a scene with the Thursday Murder Club never actually confront the guy and just say, "Hey, this is what happened." But even if not, I think that maybe the story could have gone where it's like, okay, we know that someone like had gone for like the Polish immigrant or whatever. Well, no, he also committed a murder.
Yeah.
And so
okay. Can we also now get to that murder and how weird that was? Like, okay, so he kills this guy, and this is the lamest film I've ever seen when it comes to like finding out who the killer is or who the bad guy is. Like Helen Mirren is supposed to be like this really intelligent like her specialty is like MI6 murder investigations. Like she's all over this, right? She interviews this person and then like leaves that person with her husband. They're randomly were randomly caught into them like playing a chess game, like randomly. It's super weird.
Yeah.
And he is basically then says, hey, my wife told me the whole story and I'm pretty sure you killed this person. And the guy just is like, yeah, I did.
You got me.
It was an accident. And then the cops arrive conveniently after he hasn't done anything to the guy because he's like, apparently they're friends, even though they seemingly like just met and they're playing chess. That was like a really awkward scene.
Well, he's a lonely guy. I can buy the fact that they're like he's just enjoying being around someone because he doesn't have any friends. But it's also like, okay.
No, but why is that guy? But why is the guy who committed the murder like, no, I would never harm him. He's my friend. I'm like, dude, like, what are you talking about? Like, you just met this guy. Like, you just confessed a murder to him. Like, you don't know this dude. Like, so that was the lamest thing I've ever seen. Like, he didn't even deny it. He was just like, yep, you're right. You got me. And then the guy has like dementia, so he forgets. And we're like, oh my gosh, maybe he forgets. They come and they're like, everything was so convenient. This movie was like, oh my gosh, this was the funniest thing in the whole movie. We were like dying laughing on the couch. He's like, you forget that he records all of his chess games with a secret recorder so he can figure out strategies later. Here's the recorder right here. Watch. I hit rewind. Play. There's
Just
you
conveniently
saying,
the perfect sound clip.
Okay, so you guys have been playing chess for an hour and a half. And you managed to find his confession on an old school listening recording device randomly. You just randomly, in front of everyone, hit rewind. Everyone says, you hit play, and you go, huh. And that was Helen Mirren the whole movie. Was just walking around like, it was legitimately a comedy. The whole movie was legitimately a comedy of Helen Mirren going around doing her Helen Mirren face where she's like got her tongue in cheek the whole time, just like, well, I think this. And here, and that's not to say she was the best part of the movie, but like her character was written so obscenely. Everything she did, she just went around like to the guy who was like cutting rose bushes, like who was supposed to be a bad guy. That guy, they were like, oh, he's actually got 2 names and all this stuff. It's like, dude, no one cares. Like they were talking about characters off screen and mentioning names the entire time that like no one cared about. And she finally goes there.
It doesn't have it. The movie doesn't have. It does not build tension. Period.
No,
and that's
worst tension
like
building I've ever seen.
It's a huge portion of any sort of mystery, right? Like even if that scene, even with the chess game, if we were to go back to that, he starts having a dementia episode. He then forgets the guy, whatever, gets held in prison. And then even if it were something that like Helen Mirren were to remember, like the next scene or whatever,
right,
they could have done that and be like, oh wait, actually I forgot that he does this thing, goes back and finds the recording, instead of just being very conveniently able to do that.
Oh, Kenny, you think that's convenient? Kenny, you think that's convenient? Well, how about this? How about Pierce Brosnan's son is like a really aggro ex-fighter in the film, okay? And he's kind of upset, but he's kind of a celebrity, so people like him. It's really, really strange. He's the person you most suspect throughout the film. So you're like, okay, this guy couldn't have done anything, but he has a high point of interest. At one point, when the second guy is murdered in the film, he is brought in for questioning. And we're like, oh my gosh, like really, you're like, this guy maybe could have done it. He seems really shady. They bring him in and he's like, they're like, where were you when this murder occurred? He's like, I don't have to tell you. I'm not doing anything. He's like really adamant about it. Pierce Brosnan bursts in dressed like a clown, like just looked ridiculous. Like there's no part of this movie I could take seriously. Bursts in, he's basically like, I'm his lawyer. And they're like, you're not a lawyer. He's like, so what? And then he's like, son, now you should tell them where you were so you can clear yourself. And he's like,
because I'm your father.
Because I'm your father. Oh, okay, Dad. Well, I was banging this chick. It was actually,
I was sleeping with some other dude's wife.
Yeah, I was actually having an affair with the guy's wife who died or whatever. And he was like, and they were like, oh, great. Well, that's good. And they were like, is there any way you can prove this? He's like, and this is supposed to be a big aha moment. He's like, oh my gosh, you know what? There is a way I can prove this. Give me my cell phone real quick. Look, I took a selfie of us in bed. And after we did it, who knows how many times, I took a selfie of us. And there we are smiling. And look, right there on the photo, not even an option on any phone, right on top of the photo is a date and time stamp.
Right. It's watermarked.
Like, and they're like, oh, well, I guess you're cleared. Yeah. Then great. Okay, see you later. Like, bro, oh my gosh, it's the worst movie I've ever seen. And
it's not the worst. Okay, take a drink. It is not the worst. You literally have seen Happy Gilmore 2.
It's the worst whodunit movie I've ever seen. It's the worst whodunit movie I've ever seen. And I stand by that. I haven't seen a worse one. And I've seen Murder Mystery too. No, far worse than that. Far worse. And this movie is Adam Sandler just getting. This is an Adam Sandler podcast. Like that is a perfect moment. It's the only time I said this movie can be saved is if he was like, "Oh, I do have this piece of evidence, but I did somehow commit this murder." And we're gonna get a big twist at the end. No twist. Yeah. We're just nothing. Helen Mirren, Kenny, goes to this guy who's in a basement for some reason, cutting flowers and just cutting. His hands are bloody. He says he loves cutting flowers, but he's so bad at it. His hands are just bleeding everywhere. And in typical Helen Mirren fashion in this movie, she goes up to him and goes, "Hey, you know what? I think you killed this person." And that's what she says to everybody. And then she goes, right. Nope, wasn't me. And she goes, oh, okay, thank you for your honesty. She's like, by the way,
do you want to sell your portion of the estate that I live at?
By the way, do you want to sell this? Also, Also, this was a hilarious, another moral gray area of the movie. Okay, Helen Mirren might actually be the evilest person in the film. She goes, I know you've been doing this thing where you get immigrants to come here, you steal their visas so they can't go home, and you basically force labor upon them. I know you've been doing that for a long time, but, and this is like harmed probably countless people and has ruined many lives. But if you will sell this property to me, to like a buyer like of my choosing, I'm not going to mention any of that. I'm not going to the police. All these lives you ruin, like that's the deal I'm making here. And the guy's like, oh, you're going to get me market value and you're not going to wrap me into the police? Didn't you work for MI6? Aren't you under some sort of like ethical conduct here? She's like, no. I'm totally down to make this deal. But later, my personal friends who had like good reasons for like taking people out, after I convince them to commit a murder-suicide, then I'm going to go to the police and drag their names through the mud just so in the afterlife they can look down at me and be like, oh man, she's a great person.
Right. Yeah, it falls apart. I do have several questions for you. Let's like lighten it up. We've dogged on this movie enough. Again, I thought it was. I wouldn't watch it again, but it is not the worst thing.
Need I go on?
You do have a soft spot for whodunits, and so I when I saw this movie, my thought was this is going to offend a lot of Sam's sensibilities just because of how big of an Agatha Christie fan you are, how much you love these stories.
Is like mystery thriller.
So this movie is particularly offensive to you in a way that I don't know if it's as offensive to me. I was like, oh, Jen and I looked at each other and both like, oh, cool, this was great. But several questions for you.
Yes.
And I want to start incorporating this into, our future podcasts about movies, especially that just didn't hit the mark. If you were to take the same skeleton of this movie, what could you change with the said skeleton, with our basic understanding of the source material? What would you do to make this movie better?
Oh, you mean like how I can fix any movie and it's a remarkable talent of mine? Did I ever tell you how to fix Sinners? Did I ever tell you that?
Ooh, all right. Go ahead and tell me, and then I'll decide if you need to take a drink for this or not.
No. Kenny, you want the greatest, best ending to Sinners that would have made the film much better? Okay? It's one thing, all right? All you have to do at the end of Sinners, remember when Sammy... Okay, sorry to get off topic for anyone who hasn't seen Sinners, all right? Spoiler alert. It's been out for way too long at this point, and we've done a podcast.
And just to protect you from the internet trolls, you did like Sinners. You just did not give it an 11 out of 10 like the rest of the internet did.
The internet? Oh, God. I don't even want to get into it right now. I don't want to get into it. Here's how you fix Sinners, and then we can come back and I can fix this movie. All you got to do with Sinners is Sammy walks into the church after all of this has happened. He's covered in blood. His dad is there. His dad is the one who's been telling him, Sammy, stay away from this music because it brings evil. I can tell. Don't do it. Sammy walks in like, holy crap, Dad. You won't believe it. You were right. I can't even tell you the evil I've been through. And his dad has a guitar and his dad has the Bible, one in each hand. And Sammy takes the guitar and leaves. And we get a flash forward to him years later in the future, and he's just playing jazz in a club. Okay. How you fix that film? He takes the guitar. He also takes the Bible.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah, that's good. Because he has to take the guitar because he becomes like the most famous, like the father of rock.
But now we also get a full circle with his father, and he's saying, wow, Dad, I actually respect where you're coming from. I get what you were trying to do for me. Now our shot in the future, when he's older and he's playing at a club, he is wearing a collar. He dresses like a preacher when he plays. Boom, ode to his father. And that also tells us that perhaps he's been that Bible and the stuff his dad has preached to him has protected him throughout his life, but he also has not given up music.
Yeah. The other option is he takes the guitar, and it's a sign that he's making a deal with the devil, right? And then it ultimately ends up coming back and haunting him. Like when Haley Steinfeld and Michael B. Jordan walk in the mid-credits scene, it just like cuts after they walk in. It's like a picture of his face.
I like that. Sure. I like that too. But I also think like that my ending would have brought it super home for a lot of people. Like a lot of people. So that is there.
Glad I gave you an opportunity to talk about Sinners again.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. I trust me, it's funny. I really appreciate what a great host you are asking this question, because I walk away from many movies and the next day or that night I often tell Lauren I will go to a full steam rant about this is what could have fixed this movie. And so I guess when it comes to this movie, there's so many problems with it. Like I have so many issues with it. But if I were to pick a few, I'd say one, to look at the first season of Only Murders in the Building. They really nailed this trend. They really nailed the trend of old people going into murder investigations and kind of finding some charming mix there. They did a great job with that. This feels like it was done afterwards, and it just wasn't like it feels like the worst remake of the first season of that film or of that show. Hot take, Sam would have enjoyed the book. I probably would have, right? Books are almost always better than movies. Like, and especially I would say that's the case for most mystery movies, but unfortunately Netflix does everything dirty, and you can love a book and hate the movie. And I think that's totally fine. Everything, it's way too corny. The movie's way too corny. There's not really a lot of charm. There's not a lot of character development. I think you said it best, where it's like there's no tension build like at all. We went over like the reveals. The reveals are awful. No surprises. Like very strange that like the lady who joined was a nurse, and they were like, "Oh, welcome to the club," and they were treating her as if they'd known her for like years, like within a day or two. Like just a lot of strange sticks, a lot of like character shifting tones. Like there's so many issues with this movie. Like I can't even just pick like how do you fix this movie? Never make it. Like that's where we're at this point. The one pro I'll give to this entire film is the main location, the building and the setting they selected. It was beautiful, but it also works against the movie in a sense, because it appears to be a really high end retirement home. Like they have ridiculous classes with like ponies and male model, like painting classes, right? Just ridiculous stuff where it doesn't make a whole lot of sense that the guy wants to rip down this castle and put apartments. Like, dude, that building's probably worth like a ridiculous amount that you could never replace with apartments, and these people living there are probably paying them. So even the best part of this movie, the setting location, still works against it. Like
that could be considered like picking, like there's certain things that's like, I hear your point, but that at that point it might be more like picking nits. Like you need to have something that's a motive force.
We were stopping Kenny like throughout the film. Me and Lauren were like constantly, we were pausing the film like, this doesn't make sense why he wants to do this. Like this is like this is clearly worth like a ton of money, and it's like generating a ton of income. Like it just didn't make sense to us. It would have made more sense had the place been like a really run down castle for people who who clearly didn't have money. Like all these people seem decently well off.
Yeah, the flats are crazy.
Right,
nice.
Like it just
crazy
doesn't.
nice,
It doesn't make sense. So
Also,
if
a
you want to
trade
remake
unionist,
this movie, don't let
Pierce
Netflix
Brosnan
make
being a
it.
trade unionist and being able to, like, after he retires, afford something like that is just a
Yeah,
very funny
right.
thought.
Like,
Um,
oh, can we even get? Okay, I know I bashed on the movie. Just one or two more quick things. Is it the biggest plot inconvenience? I don't even understand where the guy's like, "You've got to break ground on this cemetery today. We got to get this cemetery dug up. Did you bring your one shovel to dig up the entire cemetery?" And the guy's like, "I brought my shovel." Okay, I'm going to distract them. You go around the back. You dig up the giant cemetery. Start with that grave. First grave he digs up. There's something weird about this grave. Let me bring it to this person. Oh, it happens to tie into this other thing. Like the
yeah.
plot inconveniences were off the chart. Like it was actually okay. You know how you fix this movie? If it leans into knowing how bad it is, and it just goes full like hot fuzz comedy, I could probably digest it because it was that
I
funny
think,
and that bad.
yeah, I think that where I'm at when it comes to fixing it is there are so many, like you said, it's coincidences. There's so many, like they're just stumbling into these solutions,
Like,
which
what
is just
is
not very
that?
satisfying. And I haven't read the book. I'll go and
The poor
Jenna, our
book. The
resident book
author
expert
is
in the
rolling in
chat,
her grave right now. I can only imagine. I imagine it's a woman author, right? Like,
right? But in the chat, Jenna, if you're listening, would you say that the book takes as many liberties when it comes to coincidence? Because if it does, it's like, okay, we have to live with that. That's not something that's particularly
then
satisfying
maybe
to
Sam
me.
wouldn't like the book in that
Then maybe
case.
Sam wouldn't like the book. But I think that if you were to do that, it almost needs to be like a weird Alice in Wonderland sort of absurdist movie to where like, you have these like really zany characters that are like the Mad Hatter and like things just keep happening to them. I feel like there may be a way to do that, but again, coincidences, because the whole thing with any murder mystery, right, is you just have to say we don't believe in coincidences. Things don't just happen. You have to solve it. You have to bring the reader along with it. Um,
I think
but yeah,
it would. I'm
it's
imagining just the most hilarious timeline where you and Jenna, Samuel and Lauren sit down and watch a movie, and you guys like have your popcorn, and you're so lovely, and you're just like, I am so excited for the charm that this film will bring us. Like, thank you, God, for giving us this moment. And me with the tuner in hand, 2 minutes into the film, pausing the movie, just being like, "Are you seeing what they screwed up here? Do you see how bad this is?"
yeah, pausing a movie. Like the amount of times that you talk about how much you and Lauren pause a movie, I
Only
find to
bad
be a
movies.
cardinal
Only bad
sin.
movies. Only bad movies.
Ooh, okay. So in the chat, Jenna says it's a murder mystery beach read, which I read on the beach. This is true. We were in Costa Rica when she read this book. So suspension of disbelief, but
Author
less
was a man,
coincidence.
for the record. Oh my gosh, this guy
Wow.
deserves to lose his man
Sam,
card.
you need to take a drink for being a misogynist because you assumed it was a woman.
I prefer sexist, but I will take a drink for that. That's on me. That's on me. I'll take that. I'll take a drink. You know what? That's fair. I'm glad someone's got to hold me accountable in here. I be slinging things like this. I be just slinging accusations like unchecked all over the place. We need someone in the chat, a moderator.
Jenna's
to
coming for blood in the chat.
yeah,
I can she's
Jenna's
sitting
over here
behind me.
like,
I can feel her
oh,
fuming.
this is my moment. I'm gonna get Sam so bad right here.
The other question, the fan favorite question, is on your wokeometer, how woke is this movie? From sleepy to on Adderall. How woke is this movie?
Sleepy being like non-woke.
Yeah.
Okay. It is super sleepy, and that's what makes me extra super disappointed. Okay. Is
Because you can't rag on
yes,
it for being
no, 100% similar to Happy Gilmore 2. When I see an awful movie that has zero wokeness. So as you put it, super sleepy woke, and it's that bad, it makes me so extra upset, because for someone who you will get bonus points just for not being woke, for like, I'm already giving you a head start, right? I'm the guy who's like, we're on the panel of the ACT, and I'm like, hey guys, I've got an idea. Let's give them some points just for putting their names. Like, let's just start them off with a head start, right? That's me with, like, if they're not woke, let's just give them a few points.
Yeah. You start at like 13 or 12 or whatever, you know, on the ACT.
yeah, exactly. So, like, that's where you start for a movie for me. You're at a 12 out of 10 on a movie for me. And you lose. They lost. I guess if I were to rate this movie, I'm going to give this movie a 2 out of 10. 0.5 higher than Happy Gilmore 2. I would never recommend it to anyone, not even my worst enemies. It's the worst whodunit I've ever seen. And I would, if you're looking for, I guess, a leg up from this movie, like, I don't want to overwhelm people with like a really good murder mystery. If you thought this was any form of entertainment or intelligence, like, if you want one step up from this, go watch Murder Mystery 2 with Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston. If you actually want like a decent, like a better version of Murder Mystery 2, let me help you out. Go watch Murder Mystery. It's actually like not bad. It was like the most like streamed Netflix movie ever when it came out. Like, actually pretty entertaining, like better than I thought. And you'll like this, because I know, Kenny, you have like a secret love therapy session with Rian Johnson. This movie, I will tell you, I'm super love-hate with Rian Johnson, okay? Like, I'll call every movie like I see it. Like, I give no director a pass. But I will say this, Kenny. I know you really enjoyed Glass Onion, okay?
Yeah. I like it lots.
Big lover of Knives Out over here. I would give Knives Out like a 9 out of 10. Glass Onion for me, like, we'll get to that. Like, hopefully we can do a whodunit, like, best. Glass Onion, spoiler alert for me.
Before Wake Up Dead Man, we will rewatch and do retrospectives on both movies.
Okay, I'm good with that. I've seen Knives Out like 3 times. I've only seen Glass Onion once, so I'd be more than happy to give.
I am with you that Knives Out is a better movie than Glass Onion.
Yeah, I don't think you can find someone who would argue otherwise. I would say Glass Onion for me is probably like a 6.5 out of 10. I felt like it was a decent drop off. But here's what I'm gonna say about Glass Onion. Watching this film made me appreciate Glass Onion to an extent, just as far as, and that was technically a Netflix original film. Like,
yeah.
And it felt like Rian Johnson brought a lot of, and he does this with his movies, which I appreciate. Like, even more than anything that I hate is it The Last Jedi or Last Jedi? Oh
yeah, you like, hate the best Star Wars movie. I always forget that.
Let's not get into that. Don't even troll me right now. But like, I might hate The Last Jedi, but I can appreciate Rian Johnson's cinematography. I can appreciate his color. Like, I think of the new sequel for Star Wars. Like, I think he does the best with all that stuff. I just don't think Star Wars was for him. But like, I'll say this, like, Glass Onion, like, and even though Glass Onion, we'll get into that, but like, his stylization, the production, what he got out of the actors, like, everyone feels there. Everything feels like a hit, and it's like boom, boom, boom. This just feels like such a bad whodunit in comparison to something like that. Like, and shame on Chris Columbus, the director, who directed the first 2 Harry Potter movies and who directed Home Alone, the first 2 Home Alone movies. Like, I understand you're trying to make a comeback. Failed comeback.
Dude, yeah, Chris Columbus is never coming back. Like, when I saw his name on this movie, I was like, Chris Columbus? Of Chamber of Secrets fame? Though I will say we are officially in the Burr months, which you know what that means.
Oh boy.
It's the beginning. It is the beginning of the annual Plant Family Harry Potter marathon.
No.
So gear up, everybody. We're going to go on a side quest, and we're going to watch all 8 Harry Potter films live on this podcast. We're going to live stream them all.
Oh, no. Speaking of which, and maybe we should wrap this up, but we can keep streaming. Can we keep streaming it all? Can we talk about a few other things?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess, well, we'll just keep streaming. I'll cut it later. Let me ask you about something. Okay. What was your rating for this movie, Kenny, before we move on?
After talking to you, I did feel like I
feel bad.
I think
feel
you point out.
I weigh you down. I feel like you always come in and then I'm always like, and then you're like, oh, man.
When Jen and I were talking, we were kind of like both between like, because I don't think that either of us found the movie offensive. Like, I think we both had a fine time just sitting down and watching it. We didn't like walk away blown away. We didn't really spend too much time thinking about it. It wasn't really thought provoking. So to me, that kind of like lies it somewhere between a 5 and a 7. I think I'm probably I'll call it even and call it like a 6.
Oh my gosh.
I just, you know me, like it's just
I
just don't give too many movies really low ratings.
No, I understand. That's why I love you. That's like, so I guess in between the two of us, it's a 4, and maybe that's where it's supposed to be. Maybe we have like an equilibrium before us that gives actually like the true rating of any film, and it's like maybe overly critical and it's maybe a little underly critical, and you find the perfect weight in between.
Sorry, Jen in the chat really quick.
Down. Wow, that must be by you, Kenny, not me. Definitely not me.
Jenna says, we knew the Columbus comeback wasn't likely after the movie that was Percy Jackson only in name.
Oh, man, that's tough.
Wow. Oh, my dude.
I feel worse than anyone for Jenna, because she read the book. It seemed like she was looking forward to the movie, and Chris Columbus got his hands on it and just decided to, I'm not going to use the word I was going to use, but he didn't do nice things with it. That's what I'll say. Now, okay, so the movie's
we'll wrap up this episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to keep on hanging out in the live stream, we're going to chat about a few more things, but okay. Yeah, hit that like and subscribe button.
Oh yeah, we never tell people to like and subscribe, so please, like, we're like the worst at telling people to like and subscribe. Like,
do you think people are actually like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go like and subscribe because some dude on a video told them to?
I've been thinking about it, and I'm like, maybe they do, because we have the best content on the internet, and like,
that's true.
And every YouTube thing I watch, everyone right off the bat is like, you gotta sub, you gotta smash, you gotta like, subscribe. It's like, we just never say it. We just jump right in all the time. So like, maybe that is on our to-do list, is to do that. So, okay, we're gonna wrap up. We'll cut this. I just want to continue the live stream for a little longer.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna pour myself a little more, slightly more rum, just because I have a question for Kenny. I know.
Oh, Kenny, hold on. Let me top off.
Get Jenna in here now. Jenna, are you still watching? Plant Lady 32. Oh my gosh, that was such a stressful stream. I guess we're technically still streaming.
Check this out. Got a growler.
Oh my gosh, look at you.
I don't know. Really a craft boy over here.
You should put Jenna on the screen since we're streaming now. She can be. She's not going to be in the actual episode.
Yeah. She's coming.
I want to get her opinion on a few things. Actually, we should get Jenna's live reaction to my whole rant. Oh gosh. Jenna, how are you feeling? Did Kenny weigh you down during that podcast?
Oh, Sam, you definitely weighed me down.
Jenna's
There's like, steam coming out of her ears right now.
Jenna's like, that's why I don't miss living with them. Sam would weigh me down.
No, I think it's like...
What did I do?
When I watch a movie, I think there's a part of me that like just wants to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, me
And
too.
so there's,
Jenna.
like-
Me too. So bad. Oh my gosh.
Jenna, but Sam does find joy in hating a movie.
Well, it's like my automatic.
I really don't.
Yeah, I just suspend disbelief, and my automatic response isn't like to point out what's wrong with the movie. It like doesn't register for me right away, and so like registers like later of like, oh yeah, like that didn't really make sense. And so it's like, oh, here's like this movie that was like not the best, and it followed the book to some point. You can see the book come to life to a certain extent.
Mhm.
And then you have the podcast, and it like pokes all the holes in the movie that I actually kind of enjoyed, and now I'm just like, oh, I guess I can't like it anymore.
Oh,
Now I'm sad.
no. Oh my gosh. I'm so
You're still allowed to
sorry.
like it. We liked it together.
Well, I don't know if we're allowed to like it anymore.
No. I want you to enjoy the movie. Listen, it's just like, hey, it wasn't just me. Lauren pointed out some good stuff. We were pausing scenes and she was like, look, the necklace keeps disappearing from her and then it keeps reappearing in every shot. And we were just like, wow, that's really bad directing and really bad editing. Like the fact
Yeah.
that like this necklace is just disappearing every single shot, like in this modern film at Netflix with these A-list actors. Like this should be a like this. Where's the attention to detail here? Like, listen, I'm like
Yeah.
the biggest suspender of disbelief. I had to take a quiz or whatever, some survey in college for like one of my capstone classes to test our empathy. My highest empathy rating was for fictional characters. When I watch a film, I'm freaking locked in. I'm locked and loaded. Like, I also am there. I just want to have a good time. I want to feel like I'm there. Like, I want to go around playing mystery music for the next 6 days, pretending I was in that movie. But sometimes I just feel like, I think it's a lot specifically with Netflix is like, I just feel like they're really cheesy. They're really corny. Their colors feel so fake. Everything is like, nothing feels real. Like it's like someone said like, go design this. And they went and designed it. It looked like it was all just created. Like nothing. Here's the best way to put it for me. Nothing in a Netflix film ever feels lived in to me. It feels like it was all built for that one scene, for that one take, and it just doesn't feel real. And that's why it's hard for me to get immersed in it. Happy Gilmore 2, perfect example, where like there's pyrotechnics going off and neon lights and sparklers, and I'm just like, oh, they thought this was like aimed towards Gen Zers, so they went like crazy with it. And like the dialogue was nonsensical and the plot didn't make sense. And I was just like, Okay, go ahead, Jenna.
Well, I'm just saying, to your point, if your issue with it is that everything's like looked so like perfectly put together that it doesn't feel real or lived in, then how do you make that same argument for a movie like Grand Budapest Hotel when everything is like literally perfectly shot and built that way?
It's funny you say that because Lauren had mentioned, she actually like went on a mini rant to me about this while we paused the scene in the film. There's a scene in the Thursday Murder Club where they're going to the flower shop, the mysterious flower shop. Okay. And they're going down this alley, which apparently the entire economy of this neighborhood is run by flowers down this alley because everyone's just selling flowers to each other. It's crazy. And having like really corny conversations like in the background. Like they're all just like smelling flowers, like, oh, like you're like, oh my, like we were literally pointing out, we're like, one, that doesn't happen in a Wes Anderson film. Like everything going on in the background is like particular to what's happening. And you can go back and say, oh my gosh, I didn't realize these two people were like probably talking about this other thing. That is not the case here. In that exact shot, there's random pops of pink. Like, and we recognized it and we were like, not a theme throughout the film, but randomly in this one shot, they were like, you know what would be cool is if we just had a really pink color palette. So like people walking in front of the camera would just have like a really bright pink like bag. And then the next person that would walk by would have like a bright pink phone. And it just like doesn't make sense and doesn't like fit into what we're talking about. And she brought up Wes Anderson. She was like, Wes Anderson, when he does it, it's like he is going for like a total vibe that like fits the film. Like Moonrise Kingdom, oh my gosh, like just like overflow me and like woodland like charm, you know, and like everything is like attention to detail, where this is like, oh, this one shot the director just felt like doing this and it doesn't tie into anything. That's the difference in my opinion.
Yeah, Wes, I think that the diorama thing that Wes Anderson has going on is intentional. Where it's just, this is polished but without purpose, maybe.
Yeah, it feels purposeless is the best thing I would say. Now, okay, I know, I'm sorry if I ruined this movie at all for you, Jenna, because I love to get immersed. I loved a good movie. So, but this one was just, man, this one got me. This one really brought me down. I'm the biggest lover of mysteries ever. Jenna, do you guys still have any time to read, or have you guys been struggling with reading? You still read it all?
Reading?
Are we still reading?
Jenna's, yeah, we're reading.
Jenna,
I mean, I'm an audiobook guy, so my reading is listening to tons of audiobooks.
Okay. Well, Jenna, I'm just going to say this for you right now, okay? I've got the greatest, most charming mystery I've ever read. It's by Agatha Christie, okay? Have you ever heard of the Terrence and Tuppence books?
I don't know if I have.
Okay, they're less known by her, but she wrote 4 books throughout her lifetime. They span across like her whole lifetime, and they're like some of her favorite characters, and she would like come back to them. I just finished the second book. It was really good, but the first one is like unbelievable. I think you and Kenny would both like it. The most charming, like I get goosebumps just thinking about how I went a week just walking around the house. Like, if I could model me and Lauren's relationship after any couple, it'd be Terrence and Tuppence from Agatha Christie. And so you need to read this book. You will love it. It's so good. Sorry, I have so many by her here. I'm trying to find the one. I can't remember where I put it because Wesley pulls them all out. Anyways, the name is The Secret Adversary. That's the name of the book, by Agatha Christie, and it's so good. Apparently the BBC is like making something on it right now, so that's too bad because I was hoping someone of quality would actually get their hands on this. But
you don't like the BBC?
It could be better. Like, I don't really like
it. It could be Netflix.
It could be Netflix. That's a good point. I'll take. That's tough. I don't know what I would. Give me a mix of the BBC and Netflix, and you have a deal. And that's like the lowest bar I could probably get by for Terrence and Tuppence.
Do you not like
Sherlock?
Sherlock?
I like Sherlock. I think it's really good. I think like it's really good. Throw that into like an HBO setting, and you got like an S tier on your hand. I think like some of Sherlock kind of leans into like the A to B tier, and I like it. Like, I really do. I've read every Sherlock Holmes book. Like, I have them all behind me on this bookshelf. I love Sherlock Holmes. So like, and I thought it was awesome. But I still think it could have been better. But the BBC only has so much of a budget because I believe it's like funded by the government or something like that. So like, yeah, so like they can only do so much. They only have so many characters to their rights. Okay, I know you guys got to get going, but I want to ask you guys one question. Okay, how are we feeling about the Harry Potter HBO series? Since you were talking, Kenny, it's time to rewatch Harry Potter. Okay, you're talking to someone. I'm a guy like you all, I suppose, who's read the books, seen the movies a billion times. I've seen a lot of heat over like, what is the point of this series? Does it need to be remade? I don't feel it does, but I wanted to get your 2 cents.
Yeah, we've been both kind of looking at the different set photos, and I mean, speaking of Chris Columbus, right? He was actually in the news again for a different, like, not for Thursday Murder Club, but because he was talking about Hagrid's outfit and how he was like, this is literally the exact same outfit that we put Hagrid in the first two
I heard
movies.
they're even bringing back some of the same actors to play same characters.
Yeah, I think that
What's the point?
when I heard that they were going to do a TV show, it did excite me in the sense of like, oh yeah, I love the movies. I was
Same.
introduced to Harry Potter through the movies first and then read the books later.
Same.
And so I love the movies. It's probably like start to finish my second favorite series behind Lord of the Rings, even though I'm
Fair.
more likely to watch Harry Potter more regularly than Lord of the Rings, just because Lord of the Rings is just, I mean, that is a true definition of a marathon.
Yep.
But I think for me, I'm looking at this TV show and I'm like, oh, cool. Because what you don't get a lot of in the Harry Potter movies is them actually like going to school and actually learning magic. You get a sense of it happening in the background and you see them growing in the movies, but you don't get to see them going to class or anything. And that's something that is a big part in the books.
I mean,
That's why I was like, oh, this is good.
I would say though that like, as someone who I'll tell you very interestingly how I watched the films that came upon the books is I watched the films like everyone else when they came out, but before the seventh was released, I started getting into reading, and that's when I read all of them. And what I did is I read the first book, and then I watched the film immediately afterwards, like obsessively. Immediately after that, read the second book, watched the second film immediately afterwards. The first three books are like pretty carbon copy. Like they just brought them right to the screen as they are. And like, if you go and watch the movies, like you do see them in class, right? You do see the Wingardium Leviosa. You do see them with the plants, like pulling out Mrs. Sprout. You know what I mean? Like you do see like them going over the globe and Prisoner of Azkaban and like they are in classes. So like I get it.
Sure.
Is it just we're seeing? I guess we get more of that, like because Harry Potter.
We get a lot
so
less
charming.
of it as like the movies go on. So
Yes,
like Chris Columbus and Alfonso Cuarón definitely.
I totally agree. It goes boom, and it like the books get super long, and the movies miss a ton. So like I do agree there, but I'm like if we're starting from the beginning, like man, like are we turning a 2.5 hour film into 8 hours? Like what are we doing here?
Yeah, it's not a very long book. Sorry, I don't mean to keep cutting you off. But the other thing that someone was telling me about that I thought was interesting is Harry Potter, like the IP of Harry Potter has also invested so much money into theme parks in particular and like literal infrastructure to where the unfortunate part about that is in order to quote unquote maintain its relevance, they had to stick with basically the exact same aesthetic. And I think that is ultimately working against it. Like,
jeez,
it's not going to be. We're still gonna watch the TV show. That's I think how much we enjoy.
Like, yeah, we're gonna watch the TV show, of course, right? That goes without saying.
But it's one of those things where I started off very excited, and the more and more I see about it, the kind of the more disappointed I am. I'm excited to return to the world. And it's going to be so fun. It's kind of even like
I could use a return to the world. Let me ask you, did y'all read Harry Potter and the Cursed Child?
No, I didn't.
I did. I didn't like it. They made it into like a Broadway play or something like that. I'd almost be more interested in like them turning that into a suit. Like, can we get something fresh? Like, can we get something new? There's so much in that world. I'm just surprised they're going right back to telling the same story.
I mean, to be fair, they tried Fantastic Beasts and failed.
I did not like Fantastic Beasts.
I didn't think the premise was like super strong with like.
No, I thought the first movie I saw it and I was like, so you made Night at the Museum, but in the Harry Potter world? Like where all these animals just got let loose and you spend a night running down these magical creatures? Like that was it. And you're making 2 more of these? Wow,
I mean,
interesting.
that's the point, right? Because like they tried to go back into the world and tell like a different story,
You're right. You're
and
right.
it didn't work.
No,
So
you're
they're going
right. It
back to the
didn't
original.
work. No, you're right.
Yeah.
It 100% didn't work. Like, I didn't like it. I didn't watch past the first one. Like, y'all remember Wizards they tried to make on FX? That got canceled.
I don't remember.
I don't even hear of that.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Stuff you don't hear about. Like, right
Yeah.
after Harry Potter ended back in the day, like a year or two later, they tried making Wizards, and it was supposed to, like, follow these, like, people from the Ministry of Magic, and, like, that were, like, total side story original, and it got canceled after, like, one season. And, like, no one cared for it.
Gosh. Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. I even on comments of like different posts about the upcoming series, they're like, hey, here's like 10 other better ideas.
It is kind of funny that I feel like there's so often where people say, "Oh, we're listening to the fans, listening to the fans," but it's just like, well, the number one thing that the fans have been asking for is like the founding of Hogwarts and that story that's been untold.
Definitely.
And they're just like, "Oh, we're just going to go back and feed you the same thing that we know you will watch." Like, the reality is I'm also part of the problem because I'm like, okay,
You are.
there's nothing about this on its own merit that gets me excited other than the source material.
Yeah. Hey, actually though, talking about Harry Potter relevancy, I just saw like a little Instagram video of like taking K-pop Demon Hunter songs and sorting them into Hogwarts houses.
Yeah.
So
Oh
like
my
that,
gosh.
they're still like
Oh my
putting
gosh.
everything in the cultural context of Harry Potter.
That's like the ultimate SEO machine right there.
Yes.
Is K-pop Demon Hunters with Harry Potter. Like that just hits every single quadrant.
K-pop Demon Hunter, yeah, and then throw in Jurassic World somewhere where you're like, I actually don't know anyone who's seen this film, but somehow it's getting hundreds of millions of dollars incoming. But like, so are they all bots that are going to the movies and watching the 5th Jurassic World movie? Like, what's going on there?
It did hit Josh, who was on the pod for sports movies. His little brother went and saw Jurassic Park 5 and he loved it. And he was he basically was like, big dinos eat people was his whole take on the movie. So shout out to Big Dave for that all-time take.
Kenny, when are you going to see Weapons?
I know. I would love to pod on Weapons.
Of all the times, of all the movies you were like, go see in theaters. I was super busy, didn't have time. I randomly go to a movie in the theaters because a friend, like, non-voluntarily, like, bought a ticket for me. And I was like, okay. So I went, and then of course I have to pay him back. First off, do you know how much a movie ticket is nowadays? One ticket?
We haven't paid for a movie ticket.
$15. $15 for one movie ticket. I didn't even ask for it. He just bought the ticket. And so I had to go. And I love this guy. He's a good friend of mine. But I was like, holy crap, dude. Like, he's like, oh, I got the ticket. Don't worry about it. Well, obviously, I have to be like, dude, I got you. I'll pay for the ticket. He was like, okay.
Yeah.
It was $15. I was like, well, geez, man. Like, did that come with popcorn? Did that come with a hot dog? Like I'm paying like 15 cents like a minute here, like, to get through this movie. That's crazy. Anyways, of all the times I've been ahead on the films from you, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Because I'm gonna watch Superman. I'm gonna watch Fantastic Four when they come out. I'll watch them and we'll review them.
Yeah, those movies ultimately. I really like Fantastic Four. Neither of those movies, I think, are movies that you like. We definitely benefited from seeing them in theaters.
Superman went big, I feel like.
It did go big.
Like, I feel like didn't Superman hit like 500, 600 million?
It did. It did great.
That's impressive. You're talking to somebody who's a diehard, lifelong Batman fans. Like, I have like graphic novels, a ton of comics behind me, like, and I hate Superman. I hate him. He's a nerd. Like, he just does whatever the U.S. government tells him to do. Like, he's just invincible, basically, besides stupid kryptonite. Like, I don't like him. And I'm actually kind of interested in seeing this movie. So
We liked it. Like,
I quote it.
Yeah.
I have a favorite
quote
quote
it.
from that movie.
Jenna quotes it,
wow.
and it's good. They're both good. Neither of them are like the best superhero movie ever made.
Well, yeah, no kidding, Kenny.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that from anyone.
Right.
First, I'll say this. I know you guys got to go. I know it's getting late, but I'll say this.
Oh, you're good.
I've heard much less, and I'll say almost nothing about Fantastic Four compared to Superman, which is interesting.
It's true.
Like, I've never cared about the Fantastic Four. It's like you're giving me a quarter of a superhero and you're giving me 4 of them to make one. Like, just a lot to keep. Like, I'm just not that interested in that. Pedro Pascal fatigue is real. Like, we've seen enough of him, you know? Like,
seriously.
I don't know the guy who's playing Superman. He looks like kind of a good looking dude, you know, if I have enough rum in me.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Like,
Very,
he looks
very
like
handsome.
Yeah, he looks like a nice dude. I saw that one actress who played Rhaenyra is on the come up. She's in that. She was in you know about Killing or
Millie Alcock.
Millie Alcock. Yeah, I haven't seen the movie, but I saw people say she was in it. So I'm like, cool. Like I saw.
That's really all that you can say about her character. Like she just wasn't in it. She was like 5 minutes. And she was in it.
I thought she was real. I watched Sirens after we talked about the Grammys. I went back and watched because I saw that it had been nominated. It was only 5 episodes. I watched it for the vibes, and I thought she was really good in it. And
it was great.
Did you watch Sirens?
Yeah.
Why haven't we done a review on that? We need to do a review on that. And I thought she was the best part of House of the Dragon season 1. So like, good for her. Like, good on her. But besides, I thought Matt, whatever Matt his name is, and who plays her uncle in House of the Dragon.
Oh.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he has a face shaped like a crescent moon.
Right, he always looks like a bad guy. Matt Smith, that's his name. Okay,
Yeah.
Matt Smith. Yeah. Anyways, like Millie Alcock looks like freaking weird too, but like I thought she did a good job, like more or less. So,
Yeah.
Anyways, I should let you guys go, but that was fun, Jenna. It was nice to have you on the podcast, Jenna. That wasn't too hard to be on the pod.
You did so good.
Yeah,
Well,
you
yeah.
did do good.
Well, thanks.
You should hop on more with us. You can be a guest star.
I'll come back and I don't know. Maybe I should say what I think of a movie first before I watch it get.
Yeah,
Down to reality.
before I tear it to shreds.
I wasn't going to say that, but thanks for saying it for me.
Well, no, I'll say this, because you haven't listened to all the podcasts, right? Kenny says you're not an avid listener. Is that correct?
I did pretty well.
She's fully caught up, yeah.
Oh, you are
except
caught up.
last. I haven't listened to K-pop Demon Hunters yet, but I will.
Lauren listened to that one. She actually said she thought it was really good. So
Good.
but
So
there
did the
are films, like-
467 other people who watched it. So
Yeah, we're very popular. I'll say, like, did you listen to our Bong Joon-ho episode?
I did.
I mean, like, you throw some good movies at us, and I'm gonna like salivate over them. Like,
those are probably still the best movies
they
that we've
are the
watched
best
on this
movies.
pod.
They are the best. Now, granted, Kenny, Lauren said she tried watching Mickey 17 and got halfway through and just like didn't return to it. So
I was actually telling
she was alarmed that was your favorite film because she has seen Snowpiercer with me twice. She's seen a few of the others where she's like, that was Kenny's favorite Bong Joon-ho
I was
movie.
literally just talking to my buddies about this, and I was like, guys, I think I need to. This was like 2 weeks ago, and I was just thinking about Mickey 17, and I was like, I need to revise my rankings on Bong Joon-ho because I do still like Mickey 17, and it's still very me coded, but I have not stopped thinking of Memories of a Murder.
Memories of Murder?
I have not stopped. I think about it.
Mother, I think about all the time. And you have Parasite, which was just voted the #1 film of the last 25 years, and you're out here slating Mickey 17 over Parasite.
Yeah, I know.
No,
It
you
was
know
not
what?
my best take.
No. It was, you know what? Yin and yang. Maybe it's something in between. Maybe the best Boon Joon-ho movie is something in between Snowpiercer and Mickey 17. Snowpiercer's my favorite Boon Joon-ho movie. So maybe there's something in between, and maybe it's Parasite. Maybe we actually found the best movie.
If I'm to go back and do it again, my money's on Memories of Murder.
God, Memories of Murder so good.
Dude. Okay, have you seen
Did Jenna
the
watch
original?
Memories of Murder with you or no?
No.
Okay.
Have you seen Old Boy, like the original Park Chan-wook?
I've only seen the remake with Josh Brolin.
Dude. Okay, so you know how that how the story goes? I watched that movie recently, and I thought I was getting myself into like Korean John Wick.
Has Jenna seen this movie?
No, she hasn't.
Probably shouldn't. First off, I don't know if you should spoil it for Jenna.
She's never gonna watch it.
No, she's never gonna watch it. You probably shouldn't even tell her what's gonna happen. You probably shouldn't.
Did I tell you?
No, you didn't.
If it's John Wick-esque, then I've been warned by multiple people not to watch it.
It's not. I thought I was getting myself into Korean John Wick.
There's a few John Wick moments.
There is a single John Wick moment in the hallway, but the rest of the movie is just like it's just a psychological thriller mixed with an Oedipus story.
Huh.
Yeah.
It goes darker than you could imagine.
It's so crazy.
Good to pass.
I do think about that movie often. And not in a good way.
Yeah.
Even though I can't even, like, I liked the movie. I can't say I disliked it, but, like, do I want to be thinking about that movie? Not so much.
Oh, Sam, another movie that we should pod on is, did I say this last time? I can't remember, but the new War of the Worlds movie with Ice Cube.
No, I heard it was the worst movie ever made.
It's actually, like,
we made that a punishment in our fantasy football league. We said if you get last place, you have to sit down and watch that sober.
That's an incredible. I watched it when the guys were in town, and it was the most discombobulating movie I have ever seen. It's just like,
maybe I should watch it.
Yeah,
I didn't get an invite to Guys Weekend, Jenna. Can you believe that? I got left out of Guys Weekend. I didn't make the cut.
There you go.
It's because of your gimpy ankle. We couldn't invite you.
You do need to tell me though what you're watching, so we can, like, if you watch War of the Worlds, if you watch Sirens, you gotta let me know, because then we can podcast. Like, all I ever see you freaking doing on that thing is streaming. I'm like, if you watch something, text me. I always text you after I watch them. And I say, oh my gosh, look what I just watched. You gotta let me know. That's true.
Well, if you were on Letterboxd, you would know exactly what I watched. Like, I watched Flow. On like
I'm on Xbox, ho. I see you on there. Like, it's called Party Chat, bro.
Oh yeah, because I'm gonna take the time to type out on a non-QWERTY keyboard what I'm watching while I'm on.
You just text me. Like, I've got a friend. He follows our YouTube channel, by the way, and he listens to a lot of our pods. Like, I know. I have his number, but the way me and him communicate are in a public server, and I've known him for God knows how long, 20 years, 15, 20 years, and we talk on Discord. And that's just the way we talk with each other. So you gotta text me.
Yeah, I will. I'll send you a list of the recent movies that I've watched, but I've watched some good ones.
Because, like, so many pods we could do. Takes 30 minutes.
True.
And the people want more pods.
Obviously. Look what they've given us. Oh, one of my buddies is currently rewatching Harry Potter. That's so exciting. Dude, you got to get on Letterboxd. You actually, now that you are a film podcaster, you need to get on Letterboxd.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to do with Letterboxd.
You literally get on there and you watch a movie, you log that you watched a movie, and you write a review for the movie and you give it a ranking. That's it.
That's what I do in our podcast, Kenny. Oh my gosh. Like I have to
Well,
do
yeah,
it
but
twice.
how are you supposed to organize all of your thoughts and have this encyclopedic knowledge of all the movies that you've watched this year if
That's
you don't
true.
have Letterboxd?
That's what our shorts are supposed to be for. I'm just gonna say that.
Oh, I see.
If you are ready to lock back in and start making some frickin' more movie review podcasts, like then every movie we watch and every like show we watch gotta be just shoot off a short about it, right? Like I watched Weapons and I could shoot off like 5 shorts about that movie. It would take me 5 minutes to film it. That's all it is.
It's so hard for me to like. The thing with shorts is just the time. It's hard to create.
No, I'm saying you just put your phone in front of you. I don't even have to be there. Put your phone in front of you.
No, I know, but I'm saying that to have a good punchy 30-second top short takes a lot of thought. It takes way more thought than long form for me.
Oh my gosh, get it.
I'm just so good at talking for a really long time that I'm not as good at.
People have said I'm really good at dragging out my ideas.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right, dude.
All right,
we have to head out.
I know. I gotta work in the morning too, so I gotta go. But hey, it was fun. It was hella fun.
Yeah, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon. Tomorrow, I will take the time to clip this episode, and I will make a thing, and I'll upload it.
Sounds good.
All right. Bye, Jenna. Bye, Kenny. Bye-bye.
See ya.